Yo, welcome back to another episode of In the Mind of Dame. Welcome. It's your boy Dame back to you guys again with another episode, man. Welcome back, man. By the time you guys are listening to this, it's probably Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, motherfuckers. Eat good, live good, man. Enjoy your day, man. Enjoy the day, man. I know I'm going to enjoy the day, get some good food in me. And get ready for this weekend because you already know what this weekend is coming up. Is Black Friday, so y'all know I'm going to be at work getting slaved crazy. But that's neither here nor there, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Hope you guys enjoy it, man. I know Thanksgiving ain't easy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know Thanksgiving for some people is tough. Some people are missing family members. Some people aren't close with their family right now. So I get it, man. So I'm just sending out my love and well wishes to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, even if you just gotta survive the day, man. Even if you gotta survive the day, man, just go ahead and get through it. But man, I'm grateful for a lot of things, man. I'm grateful for just being here, being alive, enjoying the human experience with everybody, man. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, man, my brothers, my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody who's in my life, man. Everybody who listens to this podcast, even if you just listen to an episode, 2 minutes of an episode. Man, I'm just grateful for just everything. I'm grateful to be in good health. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for what I have in life, man. I never take these things for granted, man, because I know I could always have way less. But man, it's always good, man. Thanksgiving, it's not my favorite holiday. I ain't gonna lie, but it's a holiday for me where I think it opens up a lot of reflection. You know what I'm saying? It allows me to reflect on here's a day of just spending time with fam. And just recognizing being grateful. I try to show gratitude every morning. That's kind of part of my morning routine, in which I just always just reread because I wrote down what I'm grateful for. I just reread it every morning. Man, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. So Thanksgiving really is a day where I feel you really get to really reflect on what you're grateful for, man. So I do appreciate the holiday, man. Like I said, man, just enjoy some good food, man. Enjoy some good football, man. Hopefully the weather ain't too bad today, man. I think it's gonna be straight on Thanksgiving, so we lit, man. But how everybody doing, man? I hope everybody having a good week. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a long week for me. And I got another long week coming up with everything going on this weekend and just. You know what I'm saying? So don't spend too much money out there, y'all. And also, please don't come to Walmart, bro. I'm just playing. But I'm actually serious, though. Don't come to Walmart, bro. I'm cool, bro. I'm going to be lifting enough 75-inch TVs for everybody, bro. Enough PS5s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a mess. You know what I'm saying? But, I know y'all got to get out there and spend that money. Shit going to be for the low. So, you know what I'm saying? Say some stuff for me, bro. That's all I say, bro. Say some stuff for me, or at least buy some of that stuff for your boy. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, it's been a good week. You know what I'm saying? We here. We got a good conversation coming up, man. We got a good conversation. We got some good topics for today. And let's just get active. Let's get active. So, I'm that boy Dame. I love y'all. So I'm going to give y'all some game, bro. And this is advice y'all need to hear. And I say this with all love because I know some of y'all got a problem. So I'm going to help you, bro. I'm going to walk you through an issue. And you're not going to see it at first. But that's okay. That's okay. Because, hey, man, we've all been there. I had it for literally about a week. And I recognize this is some bullshit. So I stopped doing it. So here's what I'm going to tell you, bro. Sports gambling is stupid. Stop doing it, y'all. I try to be nice to y'all and try to kick y'all a little side game. Man, I don't really be betting for real. I haven't betted sports bet in a long time because I just recognize from the jump, this shit is rigged, bro. It's literally rigged. I don't get why we do it. I know why we do it because we thinking that we can use our ball knowledge to get out the hood. Bruh, it's not happening, bro. I love y'all. And look, man, money's hard to come by. So save your coin, bruh. Stop sports betting, bruh. Stop sports betting, bruh. You're not winning enough to justify the amount of money y'all put into the shit. I promise you you're not. Bro, think about how much money FanDuel, Prize Picks, DraftKings get just from all y'all niggas betting. And they don't even need to just get money from y'all. Like, y'all just placing bets, they're getting a percentage of money anyway. So they don't care if you win or not. But, bro, y'all are not winning enough, bro. I be seeing some of y'all parlays, and I'm just like, big dog. Like, if you bet $5, and if this parlay hits, you're going to be a millionaire, bro, they will shoot somebody on the court before they let you win $1 million off of a $5 bet. It just, you're not winning enough to justify it, bro. I'm telling you, you're not. They just, and now we have people out here, bro, who are literally cheating. They're cheating. They're literally cheating. I've read at least 10 different articles, I shit you not, of athletes coming out, yeah, man, you know, I did this, bro, so my mans could hit the parlay. Man, I did this or this. So not only are you betting against regular athletic predictions of how many points or yards or touchdowns or field goals made and what the spread is going to be, you're also betting up against human behavior and intention. My nigga, you can't win. Like, you quite literally can't win. With the whole thing with Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, they got niggas who were cheating in college, bro. Cheating in college, huh? Like, it's wild. You got the 2 baseball niggas. They about to get the fuck out of here because they caught them cheating and shit. Like, there's too much of a effect on the integrity of the game. And they don't have a good way to police it like that, because it's very hard to be like predictive of human nature. But certain shit I used to watch sports, and I'm like, yo, bruh's out there, he's not trying. Like, he's quite literally not trying, and I'm telling you, gambling has to do with it, bro. And there's a lot of people responsible for this happening. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hard on athletes for being a part of the gambling and throwing games or you know, doing A, B, C, and D during the game for a parlay to hit, because I think that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's legitimately bullshit. Like, you're a millionaire, bro. Like maybe I could understand it a little bit. Like, I'll cut a little bit of slack because of the fact of, like, you know, you could get caught up with the Mavi or some shit. So you might, you know, your life might be in danger. All right. That's the one pass you getting. But if y'all are millionaires and you're like, yo, all my homies, bro, you know, bet me for under 10 points, bro. It's like, nigga, you could have just slid them the bread they would have made off the bet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all aren't dumb enough to leave text message evidence, physical evidence. There's video proof of you throwing the game. Like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then when I see people like betting, bro, I'm like, this is just them just taking advantage of the mindset that they know how hard money is to come by. And they know everybody wants to make money, bro. So they're just like, well, here's profit boost. Here's all these different things, man. Here's Kevin Durant's parlay for the week. Like, bro, y'all are not winning enough to justify how y'all paying. I legit think gambling is the dumbest shit ever, because we have way too many examples of y'all niggas losing more money than y'all have ever put in. Even if you hit for, let's say, 2 bands, bro, you've already probably paid in your lifetime 5 bands. So you really didn't make anything from your winnings, bro. And if you really want to test your ball knowledge for money, nigga, start a podcast, bro. Start a podcast. Make TikTok clips of your thoughts about the game and shit. You better off becoming a famous podcaster and making money than you are of hitting a 20-leg parlay. Some of y'all parlays are flat out ridiculous, bro. And then y'all be like, man, I missed it by 1 or 2, bro. If this had happened or this had happened, I'm like, yeah, nigga, that wasn't happening, bro. Like, you're betting on not just if they're going to do the thing that they said that you bet them for. You have to hope that they kind of want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You're competing against way too many factors, bro. We already know the house is always going to win. So I just don't really see what is the point, bro. I really don't see what the point is, bro. I get it, bro. You know, we want to make extra money, bro, because we all underpaid. But sports gambling ain't it, bro. I feel like it's digging y'all in a way bigger hole than it is, because if the same money that you would have put into a parlay, bro, just imagine if you threw that bitch in an emergency savings account, bro. Think about that though, like for 2 seconds, bro. This is just real game, bro. Think about if you put that money in an emergency savings account. Just imagine if you set up a travel fund for yourself, like, I'm gonna take a trip or some shit. So you just put in, man, I would have put a 10-leg parlay. I'm gonna put in the travel fund, bro. Y'all niggas could go to Brazil. Y'all could probably go to Brazil, bro. Like I seen the TikTok, the shit was y'all funny where he was like, my girl sent me money for lunch. The whole time, like in the TikTok, the nigga making noodles whole time. She don't even know the joint about to go to a parlay. I'm like, we're doomed, bro. We're doomed. Like, bro, just stop betting, bro. I love y'all. I know how hard money is to come by. I learned my lesson. I got dogged enough times in sports betting. It wasn't even that much. I probably bet about in total $50, bro. Like in lifetime putting in money on a parlay, bro, $50. And I was watching bullshit happen. I was watching AD not be able to do this or get hurt on 5 minutes into the game. AD do that shit regularly, so I shouldn't even put no money on him. But I'm just talking about just in terms of normal stuff, bro. I done seen too many L's, bro. Too many L's, bro. It's not worth it, bro. Save your coin. Go put that money somewhere else, bro. There's too much BS happening in these leagues. There's too much money involved, bro, and too many factors now that it's not really a fair shot for y'all to win. If you winning money, hey, man, like I guess I can't say it too much, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of y'all losing. Everybody's losing, bro. So don't keep putting your money into that, bro. You just making these apps richer and richer. Man, put that money towards something else, bro. Put that money towards something else. That's just real game, bro. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I'm grateful for y'all, so be grateful to your boy by listening to this episode and get me out the hood by listening to this joint. You feel me? All right, let's get to the next joint. So, I know we mad at Kels, bro. I know we not R. Kelly fans, bro. I know we not. I'm not a fan either. Like, you know what I'm saying? What he did, completely fucked up. He's a piece of shit. But he created something that I 100% have to say. One of the most creative things I've ever seen in my life. I've been a fan of it for quite literally years, bro. Been a fan of it for years. I remember where I was at when I first seen it. And at least once a year, I have to rewatch it, bro. It's Trapped in the Closet, bro. I know this sounds champ, but hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Trapped in the Closet is one of the most genius things I've ever seen in my life. It really is, bro. It's comedy. It's elite music. It's like a black screenplay about just everybody getting cheated on, but it's done so creatively and it's so funny, bro. It's one of the, like, me and my coworkers joke about it all the time where I would just bust out a line where I'd be like, she says move, she says no, he says move, bitch move, she moved. Like, it's so amazing how creative it is, bro. The music video is fire. Just like when you hear shit about to start going down, you hear the beat starting to pick up and get faster. And then the singing is elite. Like, we already know R. Kelly, he can sing, bro. The singing is elite. The songwriting is elite. It's almost perfect, bro. I cannot lie. So I was at work the other day, my shift on 9 hours, and just randomly, like, just the first chapter just popped in my head, and I was like, I gotta start it, bro. I gotta listen to the whole thing now. And I literally listened to the whole thing of Trapped in the Closet. And to me, bro, it never gets old, bro. It never gets old. It's still as funny. It's still as creative as it was when I first listened to it, bro. Because I remember being younger. And I remember they had like the BET World Premiere, like new episodes were dropping. And I was young. And I thought this joint was heat back then. I was like, yo, this is kind of fire, low key. Like, I didn't even know what was going on. I was young, so it's not like I knew like really what was going on. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of knew what was going on in the story a little bit. It wasn't like the most difficult thing to follow along with, but like it was. I just knew back then. I was like, yo, this is pretty creative. I ain't gonna lie. Like, some of my favorite joints, bro. The midget joint is the funniest shit. in history, bro. Like, but the man is a midget, midget, and this man starts fading back into the closet, bro. It is hilarious, bro. Like, like it is great, bro. Like, it's just the story just keeps progressing, and it's just another person getting cheated on, another person doing this, another person doing that. You're like, yo, how many people are getting cheated on in this joint? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you was skeptical about relationships, because you was like, man, I can't trust nobody. I wouldn't recommend this, because your trust issues would really be sauce. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I know, like I said, bro, I ain't gonna tell you to go stream this joint. You know, if you don't want to give R. Kelly some money, hey, I get it, bro. But for as long as I'm here, bro, at least once a year, I'm going to re-listen to Trapped in the Closet. I'm going to rewatch the whole joint, bro, because that joint is, it is gold, bro. It's gold, bro. Like, it is one of the funniest things. And as many people as I talk to about it, everybody acknowledges, like, yo, that joint's hilarious, bro. Like, that joint is he, like, I haven't even listened to much R. Kelly in my life. Like, I know I have, like, some aunts or whatever who really, like, banged with bruh back in the day. Me, I never, like, went through, like, his whole album or whatever. But I remember Trapped in the Closet. And that shit was hilarious. Like, it starts off like, damn, man, this is kind of serious, low-key. Like, how he gonna get out of the situation? This man kept pulling out the Beretta, bro. He kept whipping out the Beretta, bro. Any situation, he like, I'm getting my gun, bro. Like, I'm getting my gun. Fuck all the bullshit, bro. And then his girl brother, bro, he's a freak. Like, everybody is just a fool, bro. Everybody is a fool. I don't even know who the worst one, bro. Kelly's character, Sylvester, he's a fool, bro. Kathy and them, they a mess. You know, the cop and his wife, that really took the cake, bro. Like, the midget, that's when I said, oh yeah, he's just doing anything at this point in this joint. Like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all never seen it, bro, and y'all don't mind, you know what I'm saying, like, checking it out, bro, really listen to that joint. That joint it's amazing, bro. Like, there's no flaws. Like, comedic relief there. Production, the beat is the same throughout the whole thing, but like, when shit starts to go down and that beat starts getting intense, bro, you really like, oh snap, what is about to happen, bro? Like, even for me, like, that midget thing caught me off guard the first time. Like, when she was just like, but the man is a midget. I'm like, what? A midget? Like it's just good, bro. Like, Rosie the nosy neighbor, her and her husband, they're crazy. Like, you gotta check it out, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna keep giving bro too much credit, because I don't want y'all to think I'm some R. Kelly defender or nothing. I'm just saying, bro. Elite, elite. Just art. Like, I can't even hold you. Like, in terms of art and creativity, bro, that's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Can't even hold you, bro. All right, bet. So let's keep it going, man. So we got some new music. New music came out. So I'm gonna start off with two new Lil Uzi singles, bro. I'm gonna start off with Chanel Boy. That was one of the new Uzi singles. And there was another one. It is called, my fault, y'all. I'm bullshitting on the notes. Irrelevant. So we got those two new Uzi tracks. I feel like I haven't heard no new Uzi in a minute. Last time I think I even heard any new Uzi, I think it was Eternal or Take Two. And I ain't gonna lie, I did not like that album at all. Like, we had an episode from If Walls Could Talk where we talked about it, and me, Cam, and Caleb, we kind of trashed it. We were like, yo, this is some bullshit, my nigga. Like, this is horrible. And I was still standing by it. I haven't listened to it since then. But I thought it was a bad project. I felt like it was completely rushed. It was completely lazy. I pulled nothing from that album. Like, I maybe got like 2-3 songs off of it, and I was like, yep, the rest of it, trash. Like, I didn't need this. So I really haven't been like pressing for new Uzi, but since then, like, since the two singles got announced, I was like re-listening to some old Uzi, and I'm like, man, this dude used to be so elite. Like, the creativity was there, the beats was there, the flows were there. You know, just the aura was there. So he has these two new singles, and I almost want to give an opinion on it, because it's like, I wish I knew how I felt about it, but honestly, I don't know how I feel about these joints. Like, I'm listening to them, and it's like, I don't know if I like it or not. I've been really sitting here. I've listened to the songs like twice, like 2-3 times, and I'm like, man, there's something about it I feel like I should like, but I don't like hate it. And for me, like I say this, like when it comes to Uzi, my first reaction to it is usually how I think I feel about it, because I'm pretty open minded with Uzi. I know he's gonna do weird stuff with his voice. I know the productions just could be outlandish. I expect weirdness from him, so I don't really go into it thinking, oh, it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like that. He gonna do this, he gonna do that. I'm pretty open to the idea that Uzi can come out with a song and it could be anything. Like it could be literally anything. So after listening to these two singles, bro, I kind of just felt like I don't know if I like them or not. Like the production on both of them, it's kind of different. It's a little different for him, but like I said, I'm used to him being different. He's always pushing the boundary, doing something creatively different. So I'm like, all right, this ain't, for me surprising that it's different. But then I'm listening to it and I'm just like, what he's doing with his voice and the hook and the verses, I just really wasn't listening to it, and I just didn't feel like there was nothing that like captivated me for real. I think I just listened to it. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is what he's doing on the beat, cool. And then that was it. Like I think for me, I think the true opinion I have of it is like I don't know whether I like it or not, but I would say I'm probably more neutral on it. But I don't really have a desire to listen to it again. So I guess it kind of begs the question for me, like, what do I really want from Uzi from this point forward? Am I dying for a new Uzi album? What is my expectations for Uzi moving forward? And I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll ever get mad at a new Uzi album, but I think for me the intentionality behind the Uzi album has to be there. You know what I mean? I don't think Uzi can kind of get away with just, hey y'all, I just whipped an album together just to have an album out and boom, there it is. Because I really feel like it's been a minute for real. Like I'm gonna try to look at his albums and see when was the last time I really felt like Uzi had a really good joint. And I'm looking through it, and Pink Tape to me wasn't bad. Like I think it wasn't perfect, but to me it was like Uzi knew how hyped up the album was gonna be, so he just kind of like almost released the whole hard drive. Like here's everything I got, y'all enjoy, and you kind of pulled what you wanted from there. It kind of felt more like a playlist of like just here's some new released Uzi music. So of course there was some good music on there, but as a project it just was like this is super all over the place. There's no cohesiveness at all. It didn't really feel like there was much direction. It kind of just felt like here's like 23 new Uzi songs, and I'm like, all right, well, the bad and average was pretty average on there, right? Like I got a good amount of songs on there. Some of them I really banged with. Like, I've been cranking Suicide Doors wildly the last couple of days, man. Like I forgot how good that track is. Fire Alarm, the joint with him and Don. So he still has it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Uzi still got some of that, the sauce, bro. I still feel like he still got the sauce. I just feel like there has to be, for him, the best move he can do moving forward, bro, is just put intentionality behind the music. Like have a direction. Like to me, there's a clear like difference in, I think, quality of the music from like Love Is Rage, Lil Uzi Vert versus The World. Even Love Is Rage too. I know a lot of people love that album. I'm not as high on that album, but even for me, there's a level of quality that was there on those albums that I feel like the last Eternal Would Take, that Eternal Would Take 2 didn't have. You know what I mean? And I feel like the same thing is kind of carrying over into these two new tracks. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I listened to these two and I was just not moved at all. It didn't make me more excited for a new Uzi album. It didn't make me more ready. Like, man, I forgot Uzi, man. This is what the game was missing. I kind of left and I was just like, yeah, there's 2 new Uzi songs out now. So I would love a Uzi album for sure, but I just want it to actually be good. You know what I'm saying? So, and whatever. And I don't really know what good looks like for Uzi because he's been different his whole career. You know what I mean? Like he's never really been able to be put in a box of like, well, he's just one type of dude. Like he's done so many different sounds. He's worked with so many different producers for real that it's like I really don't know what the direction is gonna be. But I mean, I don't know. I hope he can kind of get that back though, because I feel like Uzi has an aura and has a fan base that I feel like they'll never kind of like, he'll never like quote unquote fall off. But I would admit, I feel like he has lost a little bit of that sting power. Like, I think he's definitely one of those artists that just have not been like the face. Like, I feel like Cardi and him are in like two different classes right now in terms of like the way they're being perceived. Like, music might not have been Cardi's best work, but I feel like it was well received enough that like it put him into like a different class where I feel like Eternal and Take Two being Uzi's last body of work that's been out, it feels like it kind of knocked him down a peg. Whereas like I feel like in terms of popularity classes or like stature in hip hop right now, Uzi has to catch up to Cardi. You know what I'm saying? That's it's not they're not on the same level to me anymore personally. And that's cool, right? I think Cardi has built that up. I don't think Cardi has a bad album. I think Uzi has a bad one. You know what I'm saying? He has a bad album for sure. So maybe that's the key difference is like Uzi has to get that love back. But I think he can get it back though. I think he's been around long enough. He's been doing this shit for 10 years. He can get that. He can get his sauce back for sure. He can definitely get his sauce back. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the new album is dope. I know he's under Rock Nation now, so maybe that could help out in some way. But yeah, shout out to Uzi, bro. All right, 2 new albums came out. We got SoFaygo and Mavi. I'm gonna start off with Faygo because his came out before Mavi's. Some of y'all might not know who SoFaygo is, but I was a huge SoFaygo fan when I was starting college. Like when I was first got to UMD, he was kind of like one of the first people in underground that I really, really was banging with for real. Like at least the underground melodic that like he was part of that new SoundCloud wave around 20, like around like the late 2020, like 2020 or whatever. He was around there. And yeah, so I would say his career kind of took a halt once he got to Cactus Jack, which is Travis Scott's label. I feel like his career kind of took a halt. And I feel like he just got shelved. Like he dropped an album and it just felt like it was just like, all right, you about to cool it for a while. And he hasn't been the same. So when I heard he had a new album coming out, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to check it out. And it's heat. I ain't gonna lie, it's heat. It sounds like a return back to form. He sounds comfortable. He sounds like he got his groove back. You know what I'm saying? Like his first album after he signed with Cactus Jack, it felt like something was missing to me. Like it wasn't bad, but it didn't resonate with his fan base. It didn't really resonate with me that well compared to like how it was when I listened to some of his other projects. Like he has legitimate heat that I used to love. So when he signed with Travis, I'm like, all right, well, he about to link up with somebody who I think, really could help him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have money behind him, a budget behind him where he can really work with people. And I feel like Travis and Cactus Jack, I don't really know who's responsible for the decision making over there. It just felt like they didn't handle him well. And I have my own conspiracy theory about it, or I have my own thoughts about how if you come from the underground and then you sign to a label, how they should handle you. But they just didn't do a good job. I felt like the music didn't even it wasn't even in the same ballpark as some of his earlier projects like After Me or Angelic 7 or War. Like it was nowhere near what those were. You know what I mean? So his new album Mania, it sounds good. It's 19 songs, quick 46 minutes, but it's good music. Like I can't even sit here and hate on it. Like he sounds good. The beats are fire. He's not a dude who I listen to in terms of like for lyrical content. For me, it's just the flows. It's how he uses his voice. It's almost like the Young Thug thing, like the voice is the instrument thing. And he found his bag on there. Like is every song on there perfect? No, but he found his bag on there. Like some of the songs I love on this joint, bro. I love Bankroll. I love Outside, Mayday, Extreme, Money and Clothes, Safe. Like those are probably my favorite joints. Like those are the standout tracks for me. And like I think those just show his versatility. They show his melodic range. And it just feels like he was the music was in a comfortable space for him where like this really shows where his strengths are. And I feel like so far with Cactus Jack, he just hasn't shown that. Like since he signed there, he just hasn't been able to show that. Um, so hopefully this is a step in the right direction, right? Like I feel like people who have been Fago fans, like I've been kind of looking at the reception, and people are like, yo, like this is what we've been missing. This is why I stayed down for so many years. And listen to bro, and kept my hope up that this would be good because this is what you waited for. I think where they have to make the right step is they have to let bro drop music. Like that's the main thing for me. Like I think the easy way for them to do it is like they have to let Fago be Fago. And what I mean by that is like when you underground, you independent, you trying to get your name out there, and you build this core fan base, you constantly are dropping music. Like you dropping albums or projects, EPs, mixtapes almost every couple months. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why I think Yeet has grown so much in his stardom, bruh, is because for as long as he's been dropping music, bruh, you're never like without Yeet for longer than like 6 months. Like ever since I started cranking Yeet, he dropped an album every year. Like 2021, it was Up to Me. That's when I first started listening to him. Then the next year, you had Two Alive. He did the Geek Pack. Then he did the Life. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been consistently dropping music, consistently, and it's been good. And I feel like his core fans, they're getting what they wanted and what they expect from him. They know, hey yo, Yeet, it's been 8 months. Where the music? You know what I'm saying? Fago fans, I feel like we were used to that too. Like he's dropping pretty often, you know what I mean? And then he gets to Travis Scott's joint, and then they just are like, yeah, he's not dropping. And it's like, well, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the crank at. So I feel like this new album, Mania, it's a step in the right direction. His fan base, they excited because even before this project came out, like he was on the Cactus Jack, like the Jack Boys album, and people listened to it and they were like, yo, where he at? Like, you put him on for 2 songs. We need more music from him. So they put this out. So now I think the step in the right direction is, let the streets eat off of this one for a little minute, man. And in 2026, come back again with another one, bro. Like, he has to keep their foot on their necks, bro. Like, I feel like these past 3 years with Cactus Jack, since he's been there, 3-4 years, whatever, however long he's been there, they've kind of wasted him. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of wasted him. I feel like these were good quality years. Like he should have been having that Don Toliver trajectory. And even if it wasn't Don Toliver, like when Let's Lose Our Mind came out, bro, you couldn't tell me that he wasn't up next, bro. You couldn't tell me that he wasn't the next one. So you got to kind of build that back up again. And I think the way to build that back up is you have to feed the streets, bro. You got to let him drop music at the rate that he was dropping at. Or you're going to keep having the what if or this potential conversation about him rather than him actually living out the potential. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only thing. But great project from Fago, man. I think y'all should check it out. Another one is from another underground artist that I feel like we've talked about before, not on here, but when we was doing If Walls Could Talk. It's our boy Mavi. You know what I'm saying? I think he was actually we talked about his last project, Shadowbox, on the very first episode of If Walls Could Talk, if I'm assuming correctly. But man, he dropped a new project. It's called The Pilot. It came out on Tuesday. And I ain't gonna lie, man, Mavi hasn't missed yet. In terms of albums, bruh has not missed, bro. He has not missed. This is another great one, man. I feel like this album, if you're not familiar with him, he's kind of he's definitely underground for sure. But I think his strengths are his lyrical ability. He has great rapping, great wordplay. I think his music is very introspective and consciousness. The production was a lot more of that, like kind of Earl Sweatshirt, mic, kind of glitchy, sample based production. And I feel like on this album, it's kind of not that. There's not much of that on here. It's a lot more accessible. It feels like a lot more of like, I don't know how to describe the sound of it as much, but it feels like it's crank. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's crank with good lyricism, good wordplay, good lyrical content. There's a lot of reflection on here. A lot of his mental state on here. And even though it might not be, the best mental state he could possibly be in, it sounds a lot more hopeful for one, and he's rapping over, I think, production that I think people would be able to digest a lot better. Because I think if you listen to Let the Sun Talk, or if you listen to some of his other work, I feel like people might kind of be turned off by the production, because I know people who literally are like, they do not like Earl because of the production and shit like that. And I'm like, y'all are tripping. But I know that sounds not for everybody. I feel like this one is definitely more for a lot of other people. And I feel like people really can really bang with this one. Especially with the features on here. Like some of my favorite tracks on here, at least the standout tracks to me, Triple Nickel, Silent Film. That Silent Film track to me is one of the most different Mavi records I've heard. Like that's a sound I've never heard him on. Gianna's freestyle is dope, man. 31 Days, Polluck, that one is with Smino. Land Grab, that's with Earl Sweatshirt. Like there's some really good records on here, man. So, there's some elite rapping for sure. Elite rapping, great production. I don't know who the producers is on this project, but it feels like a sound that I feel like people would be able to get behind a lot more than what I think his usual sound is. And I feel like, people will really bang with this one, bro. So I would recommend that album as well, man. Shout out to Mavi, another great one, bro. Like I think he's no misses, bro. No misses on this body of work so far. As long as I've been listening to him, no misses, bro. No misses on any of his albums so far. And I feel like this is just another one for the collection. There's really this one has a high replay value to me. I feel like this is one I can really spin back. It's short. It's like 24 minutes, 10 songs. So, I've been getting a good amount of spins on that one, bro. So definitely check it out if you're desperate for new music. You know what I'm saying? I'm always talking about some good music. Next topic we got here is we're gonna do week 13 picks, and I'm gonna mix in a Steelers rant, because fuck Pittsburgh, man. I'm tired of them, bro. I'm tired of them ruining my week every week. I'm just so tired of them finding new ways to lose, bro. I'm so tired of the defense getting gashed. I'm just so tired of it, bro. I'm tired of mediocre quarterback play. It's just, this team is like, this is the most frustrating year I think I've had as a Pittsburgh fan, because for all of this, I'd rather us had just tanked. Legitimately. Like, I'd rather us had just tanked. I feel like we just decided to hop on this roller coaster of this Aaron Rodgers retirement tour, and it's not leading us nowhere. And we didn't even owe it to him. It's not like with Ben, where it's like, if he wanted to have this retirement tour, like, okay, we owed it to Ben. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm still mad at it, low key, because I feel like that tour, we're still paying for the effects of us not getting a quarterback to develop under him while he was still playing, and started getting that replacement guy ready. We kind of tried to whip up a plan together once Ben retired, and it was like, all right, well, here we go. And we haven't really found any good quarterback since then. It's just been guys who we think can come in and just not ruin the game. And it's like that this year. We done got hogged down by the Ravens. They lead the division now, and they started off this season like shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been frustrating, right? We have the highest paid defense in the league. They're getting completely destroyed almost every week. If they don't force 6 turnovers, they're just giving up a bunch of yards. It's just rough to watch, and I'm so sick of it, to the point where I'm just like, somebody has to get fired. Like, I'm not going to say it's Tomlin, but somebody who is making decisions in terms of just how the franchise just moves, bro. They're not making good decisions, bro. To be the highest paid defense and to be one of the worst defenses in the league is, to me, like, inexcusable, bro. It's inexcusable. Because for all that, we could have just saved money and just been some shit and then go get a quarterback. We traded George Pickens for absolutely nothing. He looked like the best receiver in Dallas right now. And we replaced him with DK Metcalf, who looks washed, bro. Looks washed. I'm just so tired of this team. I'm so tired of them. And I don't even know. And then we play the Bills this week. I'm going to just give you my pick now. Fuck Pittsburgh, bro. The Bills going to win. I'm not even about to pick on my own team, bro. We win. I'm going to celebrate, of course, because I sat through this. But I don't have us beating the MVP. Like, come on, bro. Like, we look like absolute shit out there. We let Caleb Williams torch us, bro. And to me, that's just inexcusable, bro. Like, somebody's job should pay. Like, to me, this season is a disaster. I feel like for me as a Steelers fan, I'm tired of just being a team that just barely scrapes to make it in the playoff and then just gets washed in the first round. Like, we don't even stand a chance. You know, like at some point we gotta want to compete for a championship or at least be taken seriously. It's not fun when every year it's just like the floor for this team is they're gonna go 500. The ceiling for this team is they're going 500. That's it. There's no championship expectations. It's just we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have a winning record. Whether that winning record is enough to make the playoffs, we have to wait and see. But the floor and the ceiling is damn near the same. We've been the same team for years now, and I'm just so tired of it, bro. And I'm like, at this rate, we gotta want to compete for something, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being, we the grinded out team. We not grinding out wins. We're not grinding out that many wins this year, bro. But that's my Steelers rant, bro. I be watching Ben Roethlisberger podcast, and I mean, I can tell, you know, I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that, you know, there's frustration, you know, in the steel curtain. So hopefully it gets better. But let's start off with the Thanksgiving games day. We got Packers versus the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. I haven't really been too moved with the Lions recently. They almost lost to Jameis Winston. You know, he was going out there cooking. Jared Goff really didn't look that hot to me. Jahmyr Gibbs just completely saved them. But I don't really know if that performance is going to be enough to beat the Packers today. You know, that Packers defense is pretty good. The only thing that worries me with the Packers, bro, is just that the offense just, to me, just does not look as good as what it should be. You know what I mean? Jordan Love, he's kind of iffy some days. Some days he's great. Some days he's not. So it really just depends on what Jordan Love we get today. I think the Lions defense, they can stop him, but you know, that first game, that was a little rough. That first game against the Packers was a little rough, and I feel like, you know, the way that defense is, they're going to make Jared Goff, you know, they're going to make him rattled, in my opinion, and I feel like that's what's going to hold the Lions back. So I'm gonna go to Packers on this one. Chiefs versus the Cowboys. I'm going to go to Chiefs on this one. I feel like the Chiefs are the more desperate team. They really need to win as many games as possible to really make the playoffs, and I just trust Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like, he's, you know, snuck out a win last week against the Colts in a way that I really thought that game was over. You know, I mean, they were down 20-9. And, you know, he found a way to win that game. So, you know, like I said, I don't really bet against Mahomes, but to me, this is a must win for them. I feel like they're the more desperate team. I feel like the Cowboys, they could win, but I feel like they're not as desperate to win, just because I feel like maybe they're just too far out of the NFC playoff picture. So we'll see. I'm gonna go to Chiefs on this one. Bengals versus Ravens. Joe Burrow comes back this game. I'm gonna go to Ravens. I mean, I never thought that I would see the day, but I'm rooting for the Bengals low key. But I'm going to go to Ravens. I just think that they're the better football team. I think Joe Burrow's first game back, the Ravens defense is improving. So at best, the best chance he has is he wins a shootout. But, you know, that Bengals defense is atrocious. So I'm going to go to Ravens. We got a Black Friday game. We got the Bears versus the Eagles. I'm going to go the Eagles on this one. I just think Philly's the better team. I feel like they're going to come out pretty angry after blowing that game last week. That was crazy how they blew that game. So I feel like they going to come around. They're going to come back and just want to dominate and prove a point. So I'm going to go to Eagles on this one. I already did Bills versus Steelers, so let's start off. This Sunday slate is horrible, y'all. This Sunday slate is horrible, so I can almost fly through this. 49ers versus Browns. Shador had a good first game, but I think this is a tough 49ers defense to play against. So give me the Niners. Jaguars versus Titans. This is mid versus mid. I'm going to go Jacksonville, though. Texans versus Colts. I'm gonna pick the Colts bounce back. I don't know if CJ Stroud is playing, but you know, I think the one thing with the Colts though, that Texans defense is elite. You know, so I wouldn't count the Texans out too bad, but I'm gonna pick the Colts on this one because I feel like they're gonna be trying to play for at least, you know, trying to really compete for that number one seed. You know, they're really trying to get that first round bye. So I think, you know, they're gonna play a bit tougher, and I think the Colts are gonna win that one. Saints versus Dolphins. This is mid versus mid. Give me the Dolphins. Falcons versus Jets. Give me Captain Kirk. Rams versus Panthers. Give me the Rams. Not much to think about there. Cardinals versus Bucks. Ugh. I don't think Baker's playing in this one. If I'm not, yeah, Baker's not playing. So, mid versus mid. Give me the Bucks though. I'm gonna pick Teddy Bridgewater to beat Jacoby Brissett. Vikings versus Seahawks. I think I'm losing hope week by week in JJ McCarthy, so give me the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like that defense is going to make life a living hell for him on Sunday. Raiders versus Chargers. Give me the Chargers. The Raiders are absolute awful. Broncos versus the Commanders. Give me the Broncos. And for Monday night, Giants versus the Patriots. Give me the Patriots. And that is it for all Week 13 picks. Not really much to update you guys up on the NBA. Just still, Thunder still dominating. LeBron is back, so be on the lookout for that. He had looked pretty good to start the year. You know, Luka had a 43-point game the other night against the Clippers. LeBron had 25. So be on the lookout for the Lakers. I feel like, they're growing that chemistry. They look good now. With the lack of games together between Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. DeAndre Ayton's out now, but it gets scary, bro. That chemistry can only go up from there. So I'm excited to see. But that is it for today's episode, man. If you guys like this video, man, make sure to like the show on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Give it a 5-star rating. Leave a comment on the episode, man. Share it with your family and your friends, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Eat good. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all next week. Peace.